Hard games are hard. Who knew? Elden Ring, released February 25th, 2022, was my first attempt at a Souls-like experience. I must have played the game at least 3 different times, not a single one of those times even making it to the first boss. Enter Nioh 3. This time I told myself it was going to be different. According to the expert, artificial intelligence, the best outfit for a hardcore gaming session is a breathable, loose-fitting cotton t-shirt. So I went through my wardrobe, and I found something that would inspire me to play like a champion. I then proceeded to ask my good friend about the perfect meal for a hardcore gaming session. They inspired me to make something that was low in fat, ultra greasy, and super, super bland. It was at about this time where I was wondering if I had any cooking skills whatsoever, much less any gaming skills necessary. I continued to show you what an expert I was at opening up eggs. Flawless. I was pretty much fueled up and ready to go, but then I remembered just how hard Elden Ring was, and I had to spend about half an hour on the toilet anyway to get what I had just eaten out of my system. But then it was finally to get going, and I felt pretty prepared at this point. I was pretty fired up, and as you can see here, the tutorial pretty much kicked my ass about right away. I held my ground, I don't know, for maybe 35 seconds or so, but then I was dead, I was on the ground, I was done.
When things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it.
So I just thought about what my dad, Jocko, would say, and I got back out there, immediately died again, so I had to listen to some more of Jocko's advice.
Good.
As much as he liked to tell me that my dying over and over again was a good thing, I really couldn't see it. I was having a really hard time continuing on. Good. It was really devastating, because I used to feel like I was a pretty good gamer, but now that I'm over 30 and I haven't played such a hard game in a long time, much less gotten more than an hour into a hard game like Nioh 3 seems to be. Yeah, it was pretty devastating to realize just how washed up and how bad I am at video games at this point, and I probably shouldn't be trying to do such an impossible task like learning a game like this at my age with my reflexes being so slow, and just overall being soft and washed up. So I remembered why I started. I got back out there. I faced a couple of the easier enemies to build momentum, but then a log pretty much knocked me over, and that's about when all I had left in terms of feeling like I had any talent whatsoever kind of left me. Luckily, I picked up an arrow. Always pretty good at standing about 100 yards away from the enemies where they have no chance of getting me and just shooting them. Yeah, I went on a little bit of a run. I got a couple people in the head. But then someone sneaks up behind you. They spear you a couple times. And at that point, you're pretty embarrassed. You feel pretty ashamed. So much so that you aren't even willing to get your weapon out and fight. You kind of just let them take you out at that point.
Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out. Good.
That's about when I wanted to tell Jocko to just shut the fuck up and leave me alone while I sat out here and suffered. But he refused to do that. He just kept banging on and on in my head. He's disciplined in that way. He keeps showing up no matter what's going on, no matter how terrible you are. Showing up, saying good. While I die, realize I'm bad. Have no hope in a game like this ever in my life. And I need to just call it quits on playing games like this. And I pretty much pull off a miracle, and I actually defeat this guy. I go nuts. I pretty much throw a party. I call everybody I know. Call my grandma. Call my mom. Yeah, that's about everybody that I know. That's about it. So as the cutscene progresses, I pretty much just pretend that I'm still in control, keep pressing buttons, act like I'm absolutely dominant and just kicking ass. Pull out these nunchucks. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I did that. That's me right there. That's my character. Therefore, it's me. I don't care if I'm actually in control or not. Whole point of a video game is to pretend, have a power fantasy, things like that. Then I see this giant guy approaching me, and I'm like, holy shit, you gotta be kidding me. This is actually the final boss, isn't it? By final boss, I mean the first boss of the tutorial intro level of the demo of the game. And I think, yeah, I'll give this a couple of tries. The guy's got this long sword. Probably just dodge a couple times. I've gotten pretty good at this point. I mean, I've gotten this far, haven't I? He proceeds to just absolutely spin around, slice me in half, and yet again, I'm dead. But at this point, I'd put in so much effort. I said I am not quitting now.
2 hours later.
Have you guys heard of my thing called Taking Souls? Okay. For those of you who haven't...
And then I remember Nioh 3 is not even a Game of the Year winner, so I went ahead and downloaded one of those. I went with Astrobot. I heard it's a game for real gamers, hardcore gamers. And boy, were they right. This sure is one hell of a game, and I'm pretty good at it. It's probably my multiple decades of gaming that allowed me to go ahead and announce.
And the game of the year is Astrobot!